Our next guest is Dr. Colin Sprigg. He's the Director of Information Technology for the ABC Unified School District, and he's here today to talk to us about the high school graduation requirement with regards to technology. So, good to see you, Colin.
Thanks, Jim. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. Also, of course, the producer of the Unite show, so this is a little different for him. He's used to being on the other side of the camera and kind of pulling the strings, but now it's your chance to
Now I know how nervous you get up here.
I know.
You got the hard part.
And, sometimes. So talk to us about this this technology requirement.
Okay. Well, this is an exciting time for the district because the Board of Education passed a policy last June that students beginning in 2009 will have to meet a high school technology proficiency requirement in order to graduate from high school. And
so would this be freshmen starting in 2009?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
So the current 8th graders, this is something they have to look forward to next year.
That's right.
Got it, okay.
The history of this is a couple years ago, Dr. Smuts instituted a technology refresh cycle.
Okay.
And ABC Unified was really out in front in that it realized it had to invest in the instructional technology infrastructure. And so the district committed $5 million over a 5-year period just for instructional technology. And that was a great thing. Not many districts make that investment.
Yeah, that's a big commitment. So
that was the beginning of where we are today. So we are 2 years into the refresh cycle. $2 million have been spent on all 29 schools on instructional technology. And that's the infrastructure to get us going where we can start to give students an opportunity to use technology in the classroom on an everyday basis.
Okay.
So we've got the technology there. Now the Board of Education has come along and made a high school technology proficiency requirement. And the requirement basically says that students in their normal schedule of classes, their everyday classes, will experience technology that will count toward graduation. And when we started planning this last year, a board advisory committee was put together under Celia Spitzer, board member, and her job was to work with constituents from teachers, students, parents, to recommend a policy to the Board of Education to approve. And we worked with many constituent groups. We had school principals, we had support administrators, we had union-sanctioned committees. A lot of people helped think about what the policy should look like. One important decision that was made early on was that the policy was going to be based on what are called the NETs, the National Educational Technology Standards. And these standards are much different than our ABC standards that are 10 years old to date. And we're about to launch our new standards this year based on the NETs.
Got it.
Our old standards said something like this. Standard number 1, typing. Standard 2, spreadsheets. Standard 3, word processing.
Right.
That's 10 years ago. Today the standards...
antiquated.
Yes, very skill-oriented.
Sure.
And 10 years ago that was
right on par, sure.
So today the NETs really don't talk about the skill as much as it talks about what we expect kids to do in the classroom with those skills. So now the standards sound like this: creativity and innovation, collaboration, digital citizenship, research. These are behaviors that are the basis of our new high school graduation requirement.
Now, is this going to be like a separate class that the students will have to take every year? How is this requirement fulfilled?
Great question. When we started out to design a policy, we purposely said we don't want to make this a one-time shot where the kid takes a tech class and they're done.
Like driver's ed.
Right.
So you're not looking for that.
We didn't want to go there. The reason was we didn't feel that was very real life.
Sure.
In real life, technology is involved with everything we do every day. So we adopted that point of view, and we said, you know, technology should be a part of everyday learning and everyday teaching. So what we've done, which is very simple, and believe it or not, innovative, is what we've said is that schools have to identify 45% of all the sections within their master schedule beginning next year.
Wow.
That are systematically tagged as technology integrated.
And this would be in the high school level only?
Middle and high school.
Okay, wow.
That's right. Now, it's a voluntary program. Teachers self-tag their courses if they choose. The district provides teachers written standards, and they provide teachers rubrics so that they can integrate technology in an informed manner.
Sure.
And they decide if technology is integrated in their class or not. If it is, they simply tell the school administration, and we tag that class.
Okay.
At the end of a given semester, the teacher would go online with their online gradebook, and next to a student name, they'd click, next to citizenship, they'd click on T for technology. And they would give that student credit for participating in a technology integrated class.
I get it. Okay. How do you see that affecting, you know, because I'm a regular classroom teacher and this is going to affect me next year. How do you see this affecting my kind of regular curriculum, or what kind of supports is the district? It sounds like you mentioned rubrics and things, you know, because I think that the district they want this to be successful and they're going to provide the support. But what kind of changes can I expect?
Well, this year is a planning year. So next month, I will be formally rolling this out to all the schools.
Okay.
And so your secondary teacher will learn all the details about the program. And I should probably mention now that we have a website designed for teachers and students to become fully informed about this new policy. And the website is techgradrequirement.com. And I encourage anyone to take a look at that, and it will outline A to Z the whole policy.
Okay.
But this year's a planning year, and principals are well aware of the new policy, and they'll be encouraging their teachers to participate. I think principals will really encourage departments possibly to adopt a project that maybe all English 7th grade students do. And I think department-wide, we will catch a lot of students through a project that they share.
Do you see that as something that maybe a department or a grade level team could plan for a project that has a technology component or is technology based, like every quarter? So maybe over the course of a school year, the students are involved in 4 projects.
Absolutely.
Would that sound like that would meet the requirements for that check in the T box?
It could.
Okay.
A student could conceivably be involved in a project that involves all the nets, or maybe the teacher spreads out the experiences throughout the course.
Sure.
Either way, as long as the teacher integrates 4 of the 6 net standards, that course is eligible to be tagged.
And that would be at some point during the school year?
At some point during the course with the student.
Perfect.
I'd like to share with you and the viewers a real compelling video on YouTube.
Okay.
It's called Did You Know 2.0?
Okay.
And I think after you see it, you really realize why it's important as educators in the United States to start thinking about integrating technology in everyday teaching and learning.
Okay, well, let's take a look at that.